Hello, Cowboy family. I hope you're doing well. I must admit, I'm not doing very well myself. This is the day after the debacle known as Dallas Cowboy 49ers 2022. The Cowboys frustrate me to no end. It's like an internal itch with them. It's like an itch you can't scratch. Have you ever had an itch you can't scratch? There's just nothing you can do about it but just hold on and bite your lip and try your best to just get over it. That's the Cowboys. How in the world did these guys come into this game not ready to play? You could see it. You could see it with the body language between the two teams. Okay, yeah, that's right. They went into the Arizona game with the number one seed on the line. The same way. They're not getting ready. And these guys lack such discipline. There is no way. They played that playoff game like it was a preseason game. That's when you make all those silly mistakes they made. You make those mistakes in the middle of August. You don't make it in the playoffs. But, same old situation. Y'all, I can't stand Stephen A. Smith. I mean, I really can't. I don't watch the show anymore. I don't watch him. I'm not going to support him and give him ratings. But he always says something. And he looked like a genius today when he says, just hold on. The Cowboys are going to do cowboy things. And it looked like that's what they did. It's the same story over and over and over again. They make mistakes. They miss blocks. They miss assignments. They drop balls. They get silly penalties. They do it over and over again. They come not prepared to play. The other team always stomp on them, starting out in the game. How can you start out? You should be fired up and ready, flying all over the place for this game. And you start the game off an encroachment penalty because you can't line up the proper place in front of the ball. You have your whole head is over the ball. Now, you guys like to blame the referees. But you know what? You give them things to throw the flag on, too. Are they missing the other team? Yeah, they really are. But you can't blame the refs forever because you're taking away from your accountability now. You guys came out and got stomped. The media told you all week that they were going to play bully ball. They want to bully you. They want to punk you out. And that's what you showed up with? You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And that lack of discipline is, I don't know, that's that scratch. That's that itch that I can't scratch. I know you're getting paid millions of dollars, but my God, man, where's the pride? It seemed like the only one that played with pride is the one that you suspect would, and that was Micah Parsons, who was in on just about every play. He made it his business to say, okay, I'm going to try to be in on every play. He got blocked a few times, okay. And he even got a offsides. But that dude seemed like he came ready to play. Trayvon got faked out of his shoes so bad, I thought he was in another zip code. Randy Gregory got 1, 2, 3 penalties. The thing about these Cowboys, what happened all year, is that they get these penalties at the wrong time. Every time. There's no right time to get penalties, y'all. But how many possessions did we have this year that had to be turned back, that we got a 20-yard gain or a first down gain or a 30-yard gain and it was brought back because holding? This time the defense. Wow, all right, we got him off the field. Oh no, there's a flag. We're driving on this dude, and we got our hands all in his face. You're not giving the referees any choice. But it's not new. Put it on Mike McCarthy if you want to. But this is the same Cowboys that was under Jason Garrett. This is the same Cowboys under Wade Phillips. We were a mistake ready to happen, and we are loaded with talent. That's the common denominator. Mistakes, lack of discipline. These teams that I'm speaking of, 4 Hall of Famers. DeMarcus Ware, Jason Witten, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin. They're all 4 of them are going to the Hall of Fame. Romo may or may not go to the Hall of Fame. That may be 5. And we don't even have one NFC championship game to show for it. Come to think of it, yeah, it is the coaching. But all of the coaches are like this. Jerry Jones hired each of them. But Jerry don't want strong coaches. He don't want them. Because a strong coach may get the credit. A strong coach might talk back to Jerry. See, Jerry likes it just like it is. So no, we're not going to get Jim Harbaugh. He's too much of a man. No, we're not going to trade for Mike Tomlin. He's too much of a man. Flores from Miami? No. These are kick-ass coaches. He don't want a kick-ass coach. He want see, that's a Freudian slip. I said kiss ass. He don't want a kick-ass coach. He wants a kiss-ass coach. That's what he wants. So I was right the first time. He wants that coach that's happy to be here. I am so happy to be coaching in the NFL, and I am especially happy to be coaching the Dallas Cowboys. That's what Jerry Jones wants. Mike McCarthy, you don't call plays. Get your team ready. Drive it home to them. I don't know if they're not afraid of you or what. Those penalties they were getting don't make a hill of sense. Mike McCarthy, did your microphone work? How many times Kellen Moore called something stupid this year, and you could have gotten on the microphone and said, nah, Kellen. No, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. Call something else. Like that draw play. No, Kellen, no. We're going to take 2 shots to the end zone. 14 seconds. We're going to take a shot to the end zone. That's going to take us about 7 seconds. We're going to have one more shot. See what happens. They didn't even get a shot to go to the end zone. Same old thing, different story. Now, before some of you start saying, well, you're not a real Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan since I was a little bitty boy. I knew about the Dallas Cowboys before I knew about Santa Claus. And that's no exaggeration. So I'm hardcore. But this stupidity has to end. I'll be the first to admit I'm thirsty. I don't care about America's team. I don't care about walking around talking about how about them Cowboys. I don't give a damn. I want championships because when I grew up, that was the rite of passage. We played for championships. Not to be celebrity like these guys are. Y'all a little too pretty for me. You're a little too pretty. And just like your owner, none of you met a microphone you don't like. Y'all talk. You talk a lot. You love those microphones. And you got so much going on, you can't focus to stand your ass still until the quarterback has his count. You know the count. Why are you jumping? These are stupid mistakes. Wide receiver, get set. Quarterback, make sure your wide receiver gets set. These are things that you learn when you first get into training camp. These are things you grew up with. Football is a simple sport. It's not really that complicated. You do the simple things well and you'll have a chance. That's what the Patriots have done for these years. They're not very complicated. Do the simple things, maintain your discipline, and guess what's going to happen? You want to win games? Let the other team be stupid. Now, what are we going to do about it? The coach is out of the question. Because Jerry Jones, he's not good at picking coaches anyway. I'd be afraid for them to fire Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones do something stupid like hire Kellen Moore or Jason Witten. So I don't trust Jerry Jones to hire coaches. No. I'd rather stay where I'm at, right here. Because this is what we do know. Jerry Jones is not going to pick a man. He's not going to pick a general. He's not going to pick an alpha male. He's not going to do it. Maybe that's a deep down insecurity with him. Maybe he can't be in the room with an alpha male. Maybe it makes him feel bad. Maybe it sinks his chest in or something. Come on, Jerry, you're a billionaire. You don't have to get a weak coach so you can uplift yourself, so you can feel good about yourself. Get a strong coach. There is no reason why this team should have never been in an NFC championship game the past 20 years. Sad. And they lack so much discipline. That's the common denominator with all of these teams. They lack discipline. They're either going to Cabo in between playoff games, chilling, where they should be studying a playbook, or they're at a Mavericks game and they don't have their mask on. And I'm going to tell you this. This is how the Cowboys are. This group of Cowboys, this is how careless they are. If they would have beat the 49ers yesterday, we'll have a COVID outbreak by Thursday. Half the team wouldn't play against Tampa Bay or whoever. It's going to be something. I'm convinced of that now. This team is extremely snake bit. And now these national pundits are snickering and laughing and giggling. There was just no sense of pride yesterday in that game. None. No sense of historical perspective. I think you guys need to really go back and look at the historical perspective of that game and of this team. I think you would play better, but I don't think you want to do it. I don't think a lot of you young guys want to go back and get that historical perspective. You don't want to know. But maybe if you knew, you'd play with some sort of pride. In the meantime, you're getting slapped upside the head by decent teams. The narrative on you guys is you guys are the ballroom bully. Until alpha male walk in, then you get beat up. Other words, you beat up on the weaksters. That's a distinction I wouldn't want. And you're going to try to scapegoat the referees. So, this is what I would do. We're going to have to keep our coach. That's not going to happen. I would let Tyron Smith go. Tyron Smith is a Pro Bowler this year. He's a second team All-Pro. I don't know how, but he has a good name recognition and he has a good reputation. You know what? Get a second rounder for him and move on from Tyron Smith. Because you never know at what moment of the game he's going to go out and he's going to be on the sideline hurt. Or you don't know if he's going to miss a game, then 2 games, then 3 games. This has been the same thing with him the last 3 or 4 years. It's time to move on from Tyron Smith. And while you can still get something for him, I would trade him. Connor Williams is going to be a free agent. Let him walk. Don't even put any paper in front of him. Let him go. He's been getting beat for 4 years. How that man been a starting left guard in the NFL for 4 years is way beyond me. He He's been getting whipped for 4 years, and he kept his starting job all of this time. That's why he get holding penalties, guys, because he can't block his man in front of him. He get pushed back into the quarterback. That's Vita Vea. '49er player smashed into him yesterday. He grabbed him. You gone. Get out of here. Tyler Biadasz, I don't even give you a commentary. You just got to go. We can get a center in the 3rd, 4th round to replace you. We can go get an old veteran somewhere to replace you. You suck. Now, the last name I'm about to bring up on offense, it's going to be quite controversial. But I mean it. Dak Prescott. No, we can't cut him. Can't get rid of him. Dak Prescott is still a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's not easy to replace. And that's where he was able to demand his money. These guys are good at leveraging. These guys have good agents. But this is what I would do. I would call the Houston Texans and say, look, Cal McNair, this is Jerry Jones. I know how to get you guys a quarterback. And you don't have to worry about getting one in the draft. He's already a ready-made, ranked number 9, ranked number 10 quarterback in the league. Give us Deshaun Watson. I'll even throw in a 1st rounder for you. Houston Texans get Dak Prescott and a 1st rounder. The Cowboys get Deshaun Watson. Now, I say this about Dak because Dak obviously need help. Dak cannot take this team by the collars and say, look, you follow me. Come hell and high water, you follow me. But the first 3 quarters of a game, Dak Prescott, you look at him on the camera, he looked like a deer in the headlights. It looked like he had some kind of glaze. Then he'll pick it up in the 4th quarter. Or I would call Green Bay. Same thing. Green Bay. Jordan Love is not going to get it for you. You mean to tell me you're going to take a gamble in the draft and try to pick a player? Then he has to learn 2 or 3 years in the league. We'll give you Dak Prescott. Give us Aaron Rodgers. We'll give you a 1st rounder. Same thing for Seattle. They're looking to get rid of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Let's do a straight up swap with Dak and Russell Wilson. We might throw in a 3rd rounder for you. Now, I'm not a trade guy. I hate when people try to propose these trades. And they're the dumbest trades you ever heard. But these aren't dumb proposals at all. And the money match with all of them. They all make around $40 million. And those 3 players I named, all 3 are better than Dak. And all 3 are either desperately looking to leave their team or their team is desperately looking to get rid of them. Win-win. Because Dak can only get us so far. And I am a Dak truther. I supported Dak from the very beginning. I remember looking at Dak at Mississippi State saying, man, that dude got Mississippi State at the number one position. They were ranked number one at one time. I always respected Dak. But Dak is limited. Dak can only go so far. Dak can't throw a deep ball, y'all. I always say, if I'm a safety, I don't even worry about backpedaling. I'm moving forward because Dak is not going to throw a deep ball. He can't. I get frustrated looking at Dak throw balls over the middle because he doesn't know how to lead his receiver. He can't throw his receivers open. That's why his receivers always reaching back. They're jumping up. Dak is limited. And it doesn't help he has a scrub for offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore, I don't know how that guy's getting interviews for head coaching jobs. Because his main man, Jerry Jones, pumping him up. Hey, this guy is a great guy. Well, he may be a great guy, but the dude can't call games. He's horrible. Man, hasta la vista. Bye. I pray that you get a head coaching job somewhere. Leave us. Please. Please leave us. So we can start over with something else. Because that's another common denominator I failed to mention earlier. When was the last time you've seen a Dallas Cowboy team just out-coach another team? You know, like the 49ers out-coached us yesterday. When have you seen us, even when we win? Man, that coaching is brilliant. You don't see it. They put up 50 burgers against Washington and Philadelphia, but that's because they just had that much more talent. So it's the same old, but different day. We got to do better. But like that itch we can't scratch, I don't know how, man. I'm not going anywhere. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan for close to 50 years. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to be frustrated and listen to more Jerry Jones interviews. Let's look at him become a superstar and look at his players try to become superstars. And we're not going to anybody's Super Bowl anytime soon, it looks like, no matter what kind of talent we have. All right, but that's enough of me bitching and whining. Press subscribe. Press like. If you got a comment about anything I said, good or bad, put it down there. Let's have a discussion. This is your channel. This is so you can chop it up. This is not for me. Put your feelings out there. We might get you on air and put your feelings out there. But do it. Share it to your friends. You can even share it to the haters if you want to. But in the meantime, you all have a good one. Peace out.